In today's legal briefs, how to start the new year off right by getting all your legal affairs in order. And here with a to-do list is attorney Whitney Hughes with the Allegheny County Bar Association's Lawyer Finder Service. What a neat way to think about starting the new year. And really, there are some things kind of like hanging over our heads, right, that we're always thinking about that we need to do.
Yeah, there always are, but especially now that the holidays are over, you know, you saw people that you hadn't seen in a while, and it's time to really start thinking about getting on the right foot for the upcoming year.
One of your first tips that you have is to make sure your will, living will, and power of attorney are all up to date and accurate.
Yeah, I mean, people don't think about updating them. I mean, many people don't make them to begin with, but even if they're made, you need to keep these up to date. So if there's been a birth of a child, an adoption, if somebody else has passed away, if there's been a divorce in the family, you need to make sure that those documents reflect the correct people. You know, your relationships may change over time. That's something you need to think about as well. Make sure that, you know, you have a plan for what happens to your property after you pass away. Many people think that, you know, everything's automatically going to go to my spouse. That's not necessarily the case.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, a spouse can take a percentage of it, but they don't necessarily get everything. In addition to that, if you pass away and you leave things to minor children with absolutely no provision, I mean, I know if I left things to my 13-year-old daughter, she would not be in a position to take financial responsibility for that. So you need to really flush that out and get a plan together. Same thing with your living will and your health care power of attorney. There may be a point in time when you're not able to communicate what you want to have happen with respect to medical treatment and life-saving treatment. So you need to have all of that written down and then give somebody that health care power of attorney to be able to execute your wishes.
I imagine that one of the things stopping people from doing that is the fear of how much is that going to cost me.
I mean, the nice thing is the Bar Association actually has the healthcare power of attorney and living will forms on its website. So if you go to acba.org, those forms are on there. There's a link for the public, and you can go on there and actually print out those forms. Those were done with the Allegheny Medical Society and the Bar Association, so those are the forms that you need. So that's something that's free. It's not going to cost you anything. It's very easy to do. As far as making out a will is concerned, it depends on how detailed your will is. There are programs for lower income families. You know, if you've got a significant estate, yes, that may cost more, but it's not a matter of how much it's costing now, it's how much it's going to save you in the long run.
Right. One of your next tips, it has to do with your property line.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, especially right now, it's freezing cold and nasty out, but many people are thinking, what do I want to do in the spring? I want to get the house painted, I want to install a fence, maybe I put a pool in. You need to consider your property lines, get any necessary building permits if you need them, because if you start doing work without having a building permit, they don't just hit you with a fine, they may make you remove whatever you have done to your property. So this can be a nightmare. If you're hiring a contractor, take this time to really thoroughly flush things out. Interview the contractors, make sure they have insurance, that they're licensed with the state. Take the time to do it. Don't just make a rush decision.
And this is a really important one after the holidays. Make sure that you have a good overview of your finances.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people overspend over the holidays. It's easy to do, but take an objective look at things now. Now that, you know, you're not buying gifts for everybody, look at how much debt you have. Are you having trouble making your payments? Do you need to talk to somebody about bankruptcy? If you're having creditors and collection agencies call you, talk to an attorney to find out what they can and can't do. There are limitations, and really take a look at your financial picture. Okay,
you also have a tip to make sure that all of your custody arrangements are in place for 2018.
Yeah, and again, after the holidays, many people now know, you know, mom may fight me for custody, grandma may want to see the kids more. These are things that should be at the, you know, at the front of your mind right now. So going forward, if you know grandma's going to want more time, make sure you talk to an attorney, go to court, get those custody arrangements changed now before it's June and July and grandma's saying, can I take the kid to the lake for the summer, and you don't have anything in place.
How would you get something like that straightened out? Again, going back to costs, we're talking court fees, legal fees, hiring an attorney. I mean, this can be pricey.
It can be, depending on how cooperative people are, depending on how cooperative you are as a client. For lawyers, time is money. So if you can talk things through and get some type of agreement in place before that, that's going to save you time and money. There are programs with respect to custody for low income, for moderate income. They're all across the board. So if you contact the Bar Association, you can at least find out if there's something available for you, what services there are, what those costs would be. So definitely don't be intimidated by it.
All right, and lastly, let's talk about taxes. Tax deadline is April 15th, and it's going to be here before we know it.
It will. Employers are required to get you your W-2s by January 31st. So once you have your W-2s and all of that information is in your hands, don't wait. Many people have tax preparations questions. Talk to a professional who knows what they're doing. Start early. The problem comes usually if you're waiting till, the first week in April and going, okay, now I need to panic. You can file extensions, but the earlier you start, the better off you are.
Are you seeing any questions? I'm sure that you are with the new tax reform bill.
We're seeing some, and what we are telling people is, I myself am not a tax attorney,
right.
So you're best to speak with someone who absolutely knows what they're doing, because there are so many intricacies now. It's not necessarily something you want to be doing, off the seat of your cuff.
Right.
The cuff of your, you know what I mean.
Right, I know what you mean. No, it's going to be interesting how that all changes for tax time next year.
It is. Right now we're okay, but a lot of people are asking questions about planning for next year, so that's where the issues are coming in.
Okay. All right. Well, always good to have you here, Whitney. Thank you so much for answering all of these very important topics.
Thank you.
And if you have any questions regarding any of these issues, or if you need help finding an attorney, you can contact the Allegheny County Bar Association's Lawyer Finder Service. That number is 412-261-5555. You can also head to their website, getapittsburghlawyer.com.